Hi everyone, welcome back to the Luxury Live Show. With me here is my co-host, Fashion Bee Amy, and apologize for the delay. We're just checking some lighting. Thank you to everyone who's joined, and I see some comments already. So today's Luxury Live Show, we're gonna talk about Fendi. So we did one, I don't know, last week. It feels like so long ago, but we just
I
did
know,
one last week on
long week.
it has been a long week. So we did one on Celine last week, and the week before that we did YSL, and you've all been loving the different brands and just our picks. So we're gonna do one for Fendi today. We have a bunch of slides to go through, so let's just get straight into it. Okay, let me just make sure the screen. Yes, can you see that?
Yes, very
Awesome.
nice.
So fabulous Fendi. Yeah, we have quite a few eye candy for all of you. Okay, so before we get into it, we're gonna go through our calendar. So today is so it's based on my time here in Singapore. So it is Saturday 12 p.m., which is your side 8 p.m. Right, Friday
Correct.
night. So for tomorrow, we actually have a members live, and we're gonna get really deep into just a discussion on why do we buy Hermes, like the real reason. Now it's gonna be a different timing. That's because I have something on in the afternoon, so we're shifting it earlier to 10 a.m. tomorrow morning Singapore time, which is 6 p.m. Vancouver. So
Yes.
just take a look at that. I've already posted the live. If you're looking for it, if you're a member, you're joining us tomorrow. You can't find it, it's actually in the members playlist as well. So next week we may have a guest, may not,
We may not.
may not.
We
Okay,
are still waiting for it. It's hard to coordinate, so we might switch it up next week,
all right.
and the guest will come in April,
Okay, no
which
problem.
would be
Yeah.
Mel
So
if we can get Mel on.
yeah, that sounds great. Okay,
Yeah.
Ken, sounds good. Sounds good. So just take a look at the calendar, and maybe just follow because next week will be on Amy's channel. So make sure you're following Amy as well. Then you can see what posts we'll have to for next week. Okay, and we said members, right? So we have been doing the membership for the past almost a year, and the community is so amazing. It's so
Amazing.
fun. We've seen collection. We talked about selling things, and we're gonna have lots of conversations. So if you want to join us, you can just go to the desktop. I think there's a join button also on the mobile as well. And as usual, if you are new to this live, we always start off with a topic, and we do it for both channels. Okay, start off a topic, and then we'll go into the live. Sorry, today I'm just like lost. Live Q&A. So make sure you put a bunch of question marks in the front of your question, and that will help me and Amy see it. Then we'll pull it to the front of the screen. All right, that's it. So let's
Awesome.
get into it. I'm gonna let Amy go
Okay,
first.
okay, okay. Well, I'm starting off very, very tiny. So I picked this one. And as per usual, like we did in the past 2 weeks, we are picking things that catches our eye, and they're among our favorites. It doesn't mean that we'll buy them, obviously, but they just caught our eyes among everything that they're offering. So this first piece is a little wristlet handbag. And the reason why I picked it is because, oh my goodness, there's this Chanel heart one, the little wristlet heart one. That's such a flex, but that one's really expensive. And this is a very trendy piece. Like, there's nothing more trendy than a wristlet bag, right? I mean, we don't need any wristlet bags. None of us do. But it is a very cute flex. And I like this version because when the trend goes away, you can still convert this into an actual nano bag because there are these two little hooks, and they're meant to be there because, as you all know, Fendi creates so many accessories. They have mini straps, they have charms, and they have hooks on almost all of their bags, like extra hooks for you to use their other
Mm.
accessories. So it is meant for that. And this is not only good for your wrists, it can be worn as a bag if you attach a strap to it. And it's so versatile. I think it's pretty useless in a way because it will probably only fit your coins, your AirPods, I don't know what else you can fit in this, but it's very cute. It's very cute.
It is. It is. It is. I didn't know about this Fendi graphy until I think I did a video on some of the bags and somebody mentioned Fendi graphy. I was like, what is this? So this is like a really new launch.
It's quite new. I wasn't aware of it either until we started doing research for this slides. And I really like the construction of how they put the Fendi on the bottom. It's very architectural. I like it. They put an effort in this, you know. It's not just they didn't just print it on. They didn't just put embroidery. Embroidery is nice too, but you know what I mean? They actually put in effort, and it's quite nice.
And it comes, I'm reading the description here. It comes with an adjustable strap. So like you say, it can turn into a bag. The
Right.
first time I saw a wristlet bag was when Michelle was on our channel. And she shared the wristlet. Was it Burberry? I can't recall
Possibly.
right now.
I don't remember which one it was.
But yeah, that was the first time. I was like,
maybe it
what?
was, but it wasn't the shape though, right?
It wasn't the shape, but it was just this
Okay.
like wristlet bag thing.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, wristlet bag. And now again with Fendi. I was like, okay,
Yes.
this must be a trend that I'm totally not aware of, but it's catching on. It's cute.
Yeah,
it's
I feel
cute.
like this one, because it literally looks like a charm on your wrist. It's not like it's not like those clutches where you get the extra loop for your wrist. This is literally attached to your wrist. So this is a real wristlet bag. I don't know how else it can be more wristlet than this. I don't know how comfortable it would be, to be honest, too, but I mean, it looks good on the model, right? It looks it really looks darn
It's a
good.
flex. Like you said, it's a flex, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so if those ones are too basic for you, right? Why don't you get this one? Oh my god, I was shocked at the price. It's black crocodile. But remember, it's this tiny. It's pretty small. It fits your wrist. It's 10,000 Canadian dollars. I'm like, oh my god, this I have to show you guys. $10,000. I honestly don't know who will buy this, but this is a huge flex. Let's just put it this way.
Yeah, it's like I have a wristlet and it's $10,000. Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
But I almost wonder, like, why $10,000? Because this is not a lot. Diamond crocodile, honestly, it's a very small piece. It's still a very small piece of leather. So I would never have thought that it would be $10,000. I thought maybe they could maybe triple the price. Triple the price is still what, 4,500, 5,000 maybe? Not 10,000. Come on. I thought that was ridiculous. I just had to show you guys it.
Oh my gosh, 10,000. No, never.
Okay, up next, this is super iconic in a sense that this shape, every fashion house, we have shown a version of this. Pretty sure we've shown it in Celine, in YSL, LV has it. Does Chanel have something like this? Maybe, I don't know. They are doing a bunch of different things, but I quite like this one. Why? Because the handles are very, very special. I like the acrylic detail. I like the little bit of metal. I like that you can fold it all the way down. And I don't even mind the logo. Somehow it works. And price-wise, it's not too bad. If you don't mind the logo, go for this. I like the silver. And even if you don't like the silver, I'll show in the next slide, you have tons of different options. And those are only the ones that I found on the Canadian site. If you go on an international site, or maybe if you're in Asia, you might even have more, because I know that some of the things are not in the Canada site. They're not offered in Canada. But you have the FF logo, the Zuka imprinted on the leather. You have even like a cartoon thing. On the bottom, you have two with some lady cartoons. So you have a lot of choices. But of all of them, I really like the silver. Somehow just drew me to it. And the size is pretty good. If you can go back to the previous, yeah. The size is pretty much a standard. You can definitely fit your large phone. The depth, it has quite a bit of depth, 6.5 centimeters. I think that's one of the most wide one that we've seen. So you should be able to fit quite a few things without any problems. And I feel like leather, although I've never seen this in person, I feel like leather should still be more supple and easier to get in and out. The LV version that I had, it's very iconic. Obviously, monogram is great, but it is a bit stiff. So you really can't fit too many things if you like to reach in and out of your bag often. It will just keep on scratching your hands if you do that. But this one, I feel like it's a bit more flexible in a way, and I quite like that. And also notice one detail is where they attach the strap, right in the middle of the leather. So it's not on the handles where you kind of have it kind of diagonal. This one is really right in the center, and I think I prefer that. But that is just a little detail. There's many little details on this bag, even the feet. So
Yeah.
what do you think of this one?
I actually really like this. So later in the slides, I have one which is the larger version. But when I saw this, the first thing that drew me to this bag is the handles.
Yeah.
I love plexiglass handles. There is another brand that has plexiglass handles, Marni. So some of their bags, they have this like tortoise shell effect, or they have some like really like rich color handles. I really like it. I think it makes the bag look different, and something about that, maybe that laminated look, that shiny look against leather, it just really it's very appealing to me. So I love the handles on this. And now that I've seen like this, I'm going to go to the next slide. This like kind of like all the colors and different patterns. Actually, I do like the one with the Fendi. At first, when I looked at the Fendi on its own, like this, it didn't drew me in as much. I was like, might be a bit loud. But then when
Yeah.
I look at everything else and put, whether it's the cartoon or the Zuka print,
Yeah.
then the Fendi kind of goes. I
It
don't know,
does,
something about it,
right?
it just works. Yeah, it works.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
if
yeah.
you're looking at the Zuka one, it looks kind of plain.
It's more boring. I feel like Zuka is nice too, but on a different bag, I would prefer it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And
Yeah.
and you're right about the little details, because you were talking about the handles, the feet. I
Yeah.
even looked at this. I
Yeah.
love this little like the plaque that has the double F's
Yeah.
embossed. It's really nice.
Exactly. I feel like of all the ones from all the brands that we've seen, this one, I wouldn't mind adding this one, like just based on this purely doing these slides and having no choice but to look at all the bags. This one is very nice. I feel like even the way she carried it, this
Mhm.
model, it looks dressy. Come on. It looks like you can pull this out at a wedding. Even though it's very logo, honestly, it's very, very logo. It's clearly Fendi, but somehow the contrast between the silver, the plexiglass, and the bit of gold just
Mhm.
works.
Yeah. This is
Yeah.
a good one. Thank
And the
you.
price
Okay.
is pretty good.
And
Yeah.
the price is 2,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
So reasonable, I guess.
It's reasonable. Like at this point we're you know, we are choosing bags that do attract us, but a lot of them are fun bags. I mean,
Mhm.
a wristlet is a fun bag. This is a
It
fun
is.
bag. It's not going to be part of your core classic collection. These are things that you add on top of your existing collection, right?
Exactly. These are the trendy fun pieces.
Yeah. Okay,
All
so
right.
up next we have, of course, this is very iconic. I used to own one, the Montresor bucket bag, and this is the mini version. We're going through all the mini bags first. Um, the Zuka works really well on the bucket bag. It doesn't matter which material you choose. This one is a canvas, and even the interior is fabric lined. I wouldn't say that this would be my first choice, but if you're looking again as a fun bag or as just something super different, I love all the colors. Fendi does
Mm.
colors. I mean, they do not plain colors, not only plain colors very well, but they do just a very fun sort of like collage of all the different colors very, very well. And their Fendi Zuka logo is super classic for the fashion house, of course. And of all the, even if I were just to compare bucket bag designs, Fendi does it very, very good. I've always been a fan of this bag because well, there's a couple of straps, right? You've got the detachable longer shoulder strap, which is a thin strap and it's not adjustable, but at least you have something. And the thin strap doesn't even bother me because I own this bag, so I know how it works. It's just a strap that once in a while you'll put it on crossbody because you want hands free. It's really more for decoration and for emergencies. Most of the time I'm holding it by that top handle, which I never remove. That top handle is super awesome. It's also big enough for anybody's crook of the arm. Anybody's arm will fit. And it fits a ton. This is a small bucket bag, but it fits a lot. I don't know if it fits as much as a Speedy 25, but it's pretty darn good. And if you look at the next slide, this is one of those bags that have a gazillion designs. The screen didn't fit all of them, so I just put a few. I just put a few. They have the plain leather in with no prints. They have the plain leather with the Zuka print. They have in canvas. They have in, I don't know, some sort of gauze, like fabric. They have it in shearling. They have it in all kinds of different designs. And these are just a few of them. So there's plenty to choose from. And I think Joe just bought one. She bought the one in the middle on the last row. Is it
Middle
even
on
this
the
color
last
that you got? I
row.
think it was this color. I think Joe bought this one. The Zuka one, the middle one, like 3-3. If you go like 3 left, 3 down.
3 left, 3 down. This one at the bottom here, the white one.
I think she bought like the white and green. I think that's the one that she bought, right? Pretty sure that's what I remember. Anyway, I had this one in beige and red before, and it's a fantastic little bucket bag if you want any fun bag in your collection. What's your thought on this bag?
I like this. I think after I saw you with it, I was like, oh, this is a really cute little bucket bag. And it has all the features that I like, which is what you just said, the top handle, the longer strap. And it's that kind of size that it's not too bulky. Some bucket bags can be maybe too bucket like too round,
right,
and just too much. But this is, in a way, it's more compact.
Yeah.
And it still fits quite a bit because of its shape. It's still like roundish. So yeah, I like this. I again, one thing about Fendi is if you don't like this, everything, any shape, any pattern, any color, any material, they got you covered.
Yeah, there's actually way more than this. And I know there's more than what the website is showing too, because I see it in the store. I see it in the store. I see it on Instagram. There's just so many. These are sort of in fact, when I'm looking at this, these are sort of neutral. These are all neutral colors.
Only the yellow
kinds of colors: orange, green, blue, red, you name it, they have it. Purple. Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Later when you can see as well, right? Because they have just so many. They come up with one design that works, and then they just go at it with every single pattern that they can think of, which sometimes may be overwhelming. Like sometimes I'll find, oh my gosh, I don't know what to pick. But if you love the pattern so much, like you love the design, but you just don't know which to go for, then you've got variety. Anything.
Correct. I will add one thing though. When this bag was first introduced, which is when I first got it, it was very, very, very hard to buy because they didn't have as many combinations back then. They mainly had the plain leather one, which is the one on the bottom left. And they also had the bottom middle one, the Zuka print in leather. I feel like those were the main ones that was available back then. But now everything under the sun.
I'm attracted to this one here on the second row The
Yeah, very
fourth one,
vintage looking.
I love this, and I also like this brown one here at the
Yes.
top.
Yes.
I like these two. I mean, the neutral colors, and I would actually even go for this one, which is the.
Yeah.
It's sort of like a more cool tone vintage vibe. I really
Yeah.
like this.
If I were to add one now, I think I would go with the shearling one on the far right in the middle.
Ooh,
Just something very fun, literally something that I can pull out in the winter because I thought the one that I had, red and beige, was too summery, so I never
mm,
wore it in the winter. But I guess if I did get this one, I'll always just wear it in the winter, not in the summer too. So it's very they're very polarizing in a way. You need both. Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Baguette. Of course. Of course. We have to talk about the baguette. They do come in several sizes. I think Kat is going to show another version of baguette. But the mini size is a good option because of the price point. The baguette is a design that they brought back. The price has gone up a lot. So if you're working with a smaller budget, the mini size is a good one because it's still just wide enough that it can fit your max size phone, which is amazing. And it's going to be easy to get in and out of this because it's just a flat bag. Fendi does, all the straps very well. They always give you all kinds of strap options, and you can interchange them by other straps. So you have that option. All their straps are always detachable, which is amazing. And with the baguette as well, they have a gazillion designs. Maybe not as many as the Montresor, but they still have many, many designs, many colors. Um, I don't know if they have as many for the mini size, but I mean, I'm sure, I'm sure you can find one that you like. So, yeah, what else can I say? It's just a very classic shape. I know the baguette has been kind of resurging in popularity recently. I was surprised to hear that because it kind of was popular already a couple years ago, and then it died a little bit, and now it's back up. It's very interesting.
It
Um,
is.
so I know you're interested in a baguette.
I
What do you
am.
think of the baguette or the mini baguette?
Well, okay, I'll talk about the mini baguette first, right? So, honestly, it didn't catch my eye when it first came out.
Mm,
But one of the things is maybe that time when it first came out, there wasn't really a lot of designs.
yeah,
I think the version that came out was just the plain Zuka print. So maybe this one. Um
this
and
one and the leather ones, the
yeah, I
leather with
think maybe
the
the
yeah,
leather.
these ones, yeah.
It didn't really caught my eye. I don't know, maybe that time I wasn't into the monogram. But the more I see it and the more I see people style it, I said, "Oh, actually it's got a very I don't know what's the word. It's like a modern day sophistication, very chic and kind of cool girl kind of vibe to
Mm.
it." So the more I see it, I actually really like it. And now obviously they have the mini version, which is really cute. I love the fact that they have created it with a lot of flexibility with the strap, with two straps. And yeah, so it's really you can sort of personalize the bag to your own. Because I think the old version didn't have a detachable strap. I mean, for the
Oh, you mean
large.
the really old version?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
the
think
really old
so,
version,
right?
I don't even know, but I know a lot of people did buy it. Especially they bought like the Mama Baguette size, which
Yeah,
is
the
the
Mama
much
Baguette,
much
that's right.
bigger. Yeah, those ones are nice in the. I think you're right. Maybe it wasn't detachable. It was one of those like like the belt buckles. So you could remove the leather part, but then you're left with a belt buckle.
Yeah.
So you would have to attach the strap on a belt buckle, which is not as it's not quite as it doesn't go. I mean, it's okay if you like if you don't mind it, but like for me, it would bother me. Like I'm a
Mhm.
bit OCD about that. These are proper D rings where you can put any strap on. So yeah, that's the main difference.
Yeah, then you can mix and match it because Fendi also sells straps, right? They have
Yeah,
so
they
many straps. So
have gazillion
if you like
straps.
something really loud, you could get a plain bag and you get this really like outstanding red colorful strap from Fendi and really make the bag your own. So with the Baguette, you've got that classic look but a personalized feel. I like it. I've really grown to um like the look again. And the leather version, I've tried it a few times in store. It's like squishy. I don't know. It's just really nice to touch.
Yeah. Also, because of this shape, which is a pretty standard shape, if you have a strap that is just the size of your waist, you can turn it into a waist bag quite easily.
Mm, true. Okay, let me go to the next one.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Fendi Cookie. This I've never seen for sure. And at first, I was like, nah, I don't like this one. I wasn't even going to add it. But, as I was doing the slides and I was coming back to this bag, I was like, you know what? I see the appeal now. Just like the wristlet, it it's a flex. Okay, it is
Yeah.
a flex, but it at least is a bag flex. It's in such an odd shape that the closure is not super secure. It's just something that is it's just something so unusual that you would never think of buy. You look at the picture of the model, like you're like, okay, I think I get it. I can see how some people will like it. Um, in terms of the way it's made, I quite like it. The shape is so curved. It's so dramatic. The two um belt buckle, again, that's kind of vintage. It gives me that vintage vibe somehow. Um and I feel like it's the leather line. No, it's not leather line. The inside is cotton and polyester. Okay, so the interior is it's just regular fabric line, but somehow the gold stands out. And I don't know if they're all gold for the other colors, but the black, the reason why I featured the black is because the gold and the inside black, it just looks like you're opening a pot of gold or something. I don't know.
Mm.
It's quite
Yes.
cute. After a while, I was like, I think I get it. I will add it to the slides. It's a really fun bag for a reasonable price, actually. It's something maybe that's very vintage. I'm not sure maybe if they had it a long time ago. It's possible. I didn't look that far. But after a while, I was like, okay, I'll add it. It's cute, actually.
It's cute. It's cute. Actually, I
Yeah.
was surprised that you took this because you don't like bags that have a rounded bottom.
Correct.
So
Correct.
I was like, you picked this. And in this, when I look at this picture right here, and
Yeah.
then the two little ones at the top, it reminds me of I have no idea what it's called in English, but wulo. He knows a
Oh, yeah,
wulo.
yeah, yeah. Oh, what are they called, Wulo?
Uh I don't know what do they
What do
call
we put
wulo.
in Wulo? Is it just alcohol or something?
It's
Liquid.
actually a fruit, right? It's a real fruit, this Chinese fruit that that
But they
it's like a
used to
melon.
put stuff in it, right?
Yeah, they'll dry it up. They will heat it, and then they use it for prayers. They use it for alcohol. Anyway, it looks like a wulo. I have no. Is it like some kind of melon? I think right. So some kind of
It
melon
does.
fruit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
It just looks very, very retro. And if
it's
you
very
guys know
cute.
this bag from a long time ago, let us know. And
Yeah,
again, I feel like this is a bag version of a flex. Something that is not super user friendly in terms of shape, where everything will be at an angle. But hey, if you like the shape, right, and
yeah.
you don't mind that it's just a shoulder carry, it really is an armpit bag. I just
Well,
like the black
if
one or the
you
white
could
one,
you could
actually.
actually attach like a longer strap to it somehow. I'm sure you can buy a piece of
Mm.
leather that has you just buckle like just a piece of leather that you could just punch two holes, and you can actually make it like a crossbody bag as well. I mean, that's if you really like the shape. You're like, okay, I don't want to carry it as a shoulder bag, but I want to carry it as a long crossbody bag. I think it can be
Yeah, I
done.
mean, you could remove the leather strip and just like the Mama Baguette, you just put some sort of strap on the belt loop, And it's fine. I mean, only you know that it's a belt buckle, right? It has that little piece in the middle, little metal
Yeah.
piece. But aside from that, it doesn't really damage the bag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
cute.
just going off of this design, after a while, I came back to it and I added it back. I'm like, okay,
I
I'll
can
just show
see
it
why, because
anyway.
it started growing on me. The more I look at it, it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I can see potential in it. And I could tie a tweed, like the long tweely on it. You can make it like that. It's cute. It's cute. Yeah.
Very blogger or very like fashion week type of
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Let me go to the next one.
Okay, so this one also, I was sort of lukewarm about it, but we don't see a ton of camera cases
Mm-hmm.
at Fendi, I feel. So this one, the reason why I did decide to put it in is because of the color. The yellow somehow really drew me to it. And then the more you look at it, it actually is quite user friendly. So you do have the back pocket, and it doesn't open. It does open like pretty, like it comes out. It's, it looks like you would be able to glance at it quite easily. It does have a top handle and, of course, a detachable shoulder strap as well. And then there's those two other loops, which I have no idea what you use it for, but
I
it's
was
there.
just looking at those loops. I was like, what
Yeah,
is
I
those?
was looking at it for a long time too, and I wasn't so sure what it was for. I don't know if it's just decoration or maybe
Maybe
that's where
it's
you
to
also
hang.
attach.
Maybe it's to hang charms.
Yeah, it could be that. Maybe it's just literally just for you to put charms on it. So overall, I feel like, you know what? Because of the colors, I decided that it was another fun bag that we can consider. It's not very big though. Oh no, actually I take that back. It's 21 centimeter wide. That's big.
That's
It's
big.
big for a mini size bag, so
Pretty long. 21. Yeah, it's pretty long actually.
yeah, it is long.
Hmm. Hmm. It's cute. I mean, what else can you say about camera bag? But this is unique because it's I don't see a lot of like this kind of oblong shapes very often.
Exactly.
On top of that, I like the way they've done this bag where you can actually push the handle down.
Mhm.
So then it does look like an oblong shape. So sometimes, with the handle, you might like, oh, I don't like it. But this
Yeah.
one, it's that flexibility again. So push it down, let it lay flat. It's
And if you
interesting.
remove the straps completely, you can just carry it as a dinner, evening, or function bag. So
Mm.
it's really it's really versatile. Like the more you think about it and the more you look at it, at first, even though it didn't attract me, but the more I looked at it, I'm like, whoa, Fendi is so good at letting you remove things and attach things. And that in itself is such a great feature, right? It makes the bag so much more versatile. And it has a
Yeah.
back pocket. Like, come on.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that is like a really smart feature to add. Even
Yeah.
though it probably doesn't need it, but just having that is like, oh, you have something to put your tickets outside, your receipts, your cash, a little bit of cash outside. You don't have to zip the whole thing.
Correct.
So clever.
It's clever, and it's something that is so it is annoying for the person to make it. It is an extra step, right? So it does take extra time, and when you make so many, it adds up. But from the user's perspective, you always appreciate it. It's not a useless back pocket. It's actually
Mm-hmm.
a useful back pocket. It is going to be slim, but any sort of parking stubs, transit pass, I don't know, hotel pass, whatever, things that you don't mind if you lose it. But it's right there at the reach of your fingertips. So yeah, I quite like it.
Yeah,
In
the
the end,
more
I
I look
quite
at it,
like
I'm like,
it.
yeah, if I ever need a camera bag, this has all the like all the features I like. Back pocket, strap, detachable strap, handle, zip. It's just and it's actually a fairly good size, 21
Yeah.
cm. Yeah, it's not a small little bag. Good.
Okay.
All right.
Up next, of course,
Love
we
this.
cannot not talk about the Peekaboo. Everyone knows the Peekaboo Mini, and the Peekaboo has been around for so long that the price has gone up quite significantly. So I deliberately chose a Peekaboo that was so special and extra, because if I'm gonna buy a mini Peekaboo, I'm just gonna go for something extra special, because I don't know. I feel like it. So I think is along the lines of why I would have picked the sheepskin or the shearling one when we were looking at the Montresor, is because I don't know. When I look at this, I just want to cuddle it. And having owned a mini Peekaboo for a long time as well, I can attest to how user friendly it is. I never close the two clasps. I just leave it open. It's sort of like a mini tote where you can just reach from either pocket anytime. It's a really great size. It definitely fits any size phone, no problems. And it's a very iconic shape. Granted, they are expensive. Even if you go with the plain leather, which I think the most plain leather is lambskin, the soft just the soft lambskin in one tone color. They still run in the high fours, I think, high 4,000s. So they're not cheap, but they are uh, they are great for everyday use, and the design is really user friendly. So anyway, I know you wouldn't buy a sheepskin one, but what do you think of the look overall?
Oh, I mean, like you said, it's so iconic.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I actually tried this exact bag
Really?
a few years before COVID.
Oh.
So maybe in 2018, 19, when I was still traveling quite a bit, I would go to the Fendi store in the airport. And every time I go there, I
Ah,
had to touch this bag. Up to
yeah,
a
yeah,
point, I think I even have the photos, but somewhere deep in one of my phones,
yeah.
I almost, okay, out of my craze, like said, you know what? If I ever get one, I'll get this. Because I've always wanted a,
Really
yeah.
interesting.
Oh my gosh, this bag, if you touch it, it is so luxurious. And it was not 5,007, okay? When I was touching it that time, it was like maybe in the fours. And that time, I
Wow.
think the Peekaboo was still in the high threes.
Wow, that is a great
So,
price, because this is before tax too, right?
yeah,
So
I think it was like
you're
maybe
actually looking at more
4,900.
like 6,400.
Oh, maybe no. Sorry, maybe it was okay. So I think if you buy in retail, it would have been 515. Yeah,
Okay.
5,000 Singapore dollars. But because at the airport they had the tax, no
Right.
tax,
Yes, yes,
so it was
yes.
like 4,900, and I was like, oh my gosh, I really wanted it, but I didn't. I was like, no, 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 silly. It'll get wet and all that. But really, this is such a nice bag. So when you picked
Yeah.
this out, I was like, I was remembering my past.
Ah! Actually, now that I didn't know that, so I didn't coordinate this with Kat, right? So now that I know that even Kat likes this one, I'm so proud I chose this one, because I'm like, I have good taste. But anyway, I honestly, the Peekaboos are so well made. They're lined inside out in leather. Most of them are, not all of them, but most of them, they're lined inside in leather as well. It's very solid construction, and also, if you I know we're comparing to Chanel again, but if you were to buy any special not exotic, but special skin bag from Chanel, which they don't make anymore, but even if you went with shearling, for example, it will cost you an arm and a leg. And this
Oh
is still
my god.
expensive. Granted, I'm not saying it's inexpensive, but I feel like it's still kind of reasonable for such a special bag, right? And it's a classic. It's a Fendi classic, so
Yeah.
yeah, and if you don't like this version, again, Peekaboos, there's a million gazillion different combinations, and now they have different sizes. They have different lines of Peekaboos. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yes, yes,
Yeah,
different
so many.
lines. It's cute. Oh my gosh. All right, thank you so much. All right, so that's all the minis, right? Yep, I think that's it. Yep,
Yeah.
okay. So I'm going for the more like slightly larger one, but just following from that Peekaboo, this is one of the ones that we were just saying. It's the sort of maybe modernized version, a little different
Mhm.
version. So this is the ICU, and I actually saw this. We had one Fendi live maybe sometime
We
last year.
did. Was it just for Fendi, or was it just for Fendi that we did?
Oh, I can't
Or was it
recall
all
right now.
brands?
I
I don't
know.
remember
I just
either.
went shopping and I was like, okay, if I look at any of these bags, I'll take photos with it. And it was a mistake because when I tried this, I was blown away. I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a gorgeous bag. It has that sharp, okay, I shouldn't compare to the Kelly bag, but
I was gonna say.
it has that sharp edge look.
Yeah.
And the way, instead of because the Peekaboo sort of folds forward, this one doesn't fold forward as much. It's actually really upright. So I don't know, I really like this. And if you're looking for like sort of like a more modern version of the Peekaboo, like maybe you think, oh, maybe the Peekaboo is not for you anymore, you want something sharper, I see you. It's like literally saying, I see you. Fendi said, I see you, I'm getting you another one. But the price, yeah, the price is a lot. 6,000. It's gone up so much. When I was looking at it that time, I think it was only 5.9, 5.8.
Mm.
But it's yeah. What do
I
you think
love
of
how
this?
sleek. Yeah, I love how sleek this newer, more modernized version is. I believe this size is also slightly bigger than the mini size, which
It
is
is.
already a mini size is great already, but if it's even slightly bigger, not too big, it's even better. Um, I cannot recommend the Peekaboo more in terms of functionality. I think it's such a great everyday bag. And I know in the past, many people, so many people, maybe they still do, compare uh, a Fendi Peekaboo to a Kelly. Like if you can't get the Kelly, or if you're waiting for a Kelly, or if you have a Kelly but you don't want to wear your Kelly to the supermarket, get the Peekaboo, right? So that you can have sort of a more city, and you can not throw it around, but you know what I mean? Like just be a bit careless about it, right? Still very
Exactly.
expensive, yes, of course. I just love how clean it is, and you selected white too. It's like such a great color.
And this bag has one up from the Kelly. You don't have to open any flap.
Yeah,
Straight away, you could see
yeah.
everything inside. Handle like, ooh, two compartments. So I think it's got the best of both worlds. It's like if the Birkin and the Kelly had a baby, it'll look more like the Kelly, but have that Birkin
True.
compartment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, are we are we promoting the Peekaboo? Even though we we love the idea of Hermes, of course, but man, when it comes to everyday use, you cannot beat
Everyday
this.
use, exactly. Actually, that's a right word. Like it's the great way to explain this bag for everyday use. This is it.
Mhm.
Okay, that's enough of the Peekaboo. Let's go into this. So the Fendi First. So I think Fendi Graphy is also one of the newer ones. This one has been getting a lot of press. And if you are looking for something so different, the Fendi First. Full leather bag. There has several sizes. There's the small. I'm picking the medium size to show like how much leather you're getting for this price. Let me go back again, 6,003, 4,008. Full
Oh,
leather bag, amazing construction. It looks so good. It has this is the medium, so it has the sort of like a shoulder, not too long of a strap, but if you want to carry it crossbody, just get a longer strap. When you open it, you see this beautiful Zucca print. It's wow, it's really, really gorgeous. So what do you think
actually,
of this?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Now that you pointed out the price, because I'm like, sometimes you see the price, you're like, you just kind of phase it out. You don't really look at it in a way. But but it's so true. And ever since Michelle shown hers, it's just like, wow, this bag is so modern. And it made me think of right now, it just made me think of, instead of getting the Bottega, which we also said about, I think there was a Celine version, right? That we said, based on this and the Bottega, I would choose Celine. This is, or was it? No, it was YSL. YSL, sorry. But this is for sure between this and the Bottega pouch or any sort of pouch looking bag. I feel like this is the clear winner because
Yes.
yeah, the F logo part which makes the handle is so clever because no, you can't really put your hands through it, but that's not the point. You can sort of still hold it. It's sort of like handlebars actually.
Mm.
And I love again super super good of Fendi to always think about letting you detach attach straps. This is such a big plus on any brands of bag, but especially Fendi, we know we can count on them doing that. So this is actually on my radar now.
Oh
Like really on my
my God.
radar
Okay,
now.
let me tell you one more thing that's gonna make this bag on your radar. So
Okay.
how this bag is so well thought out of that. Look at this right now. That like the big picture, right? It's got these two little like ears sticking out. When you
Mm-hmm.
remove the straps and you're like, I'm gonna carry it as a clutch, then you got these
You
two
can put it
ears like
back.
tiny. You can actually push these ears, turn them
Oh.
inside, and then you have this sleek bag. So it's just like the camera bag that you showed just now, and
Mm-hmm.
everything. The little details are thought of. Like somebody held this bag and said, "Oh my gosh, these nano ears are so ugly. Let's make them pivot inwards." So you can actually pivot them inwards.
Wow.
Well thought out, really. It's a little heavy. I just have to say, I mean, everything, it's a little heavy. So it's 1.2 kilos. This is for the medium size. So if you are not for the big size, you want the lighter one, then go for the smaller one because the smaller one looks just as good, but of course, shrunk. Let me show you another color. Oh my god!
Wow.
Look at that. Okay, look at it. No, no nano ears. So good.
Actually, it looks so good with her dress. I'm like so attracted to the whole thing now. It's like blended in.
It's beautiful. I mean, when I saw it in store the first time, that yes, the medium is a little heavy. So if you're not going for the heavy bag, then don't. But the small is, oh my gosh, it's so good. It's sold out. Like the smalls are all wiped out when they launched because
Wow.
it is still like it's sort of like still in the introductory price.
Yeah.
This is one of those bags that's gonna go up. It's gonna be like the 6,000
Yeah,
ICU
yeah, yeah.
less than a year from now. Ah, okay. That's the Fendi First. Let's get into the Baguette. Oh my gosh. Can I just say I am so attracted to the Baguette. So this is I think this is the medium size. It's a squishy bag. It's actually really, really shapeless. It looks like it's got a good shape, but when you actually see it in store, it's I don't even know how to explain. It's like a cushion, like a leather cushion that you're sitting on, and it's just the leather's being pressed and almost wrinkled as you sit on it. This is exactly how the bag is. You can actually squish it and like hold it. It's so nice to use, and I think because of the flexibility of the leather, people really find that this bag is very casual. You can put lots of things inside. It's so easy going. And again, so many options to wear the strap. Top handle, extra buckles to put your long strap. Oh, I don't know. The more I see it, the more I really, really like this bag. What do you think of it?
You know what? It reminds me of the way you were describing it. Um, it suddenly just reminded me that this could be a version of Fendi's pillow bag. It's just
Mm,
missing the quilts.
yes, you're right. You're right. Let me show
Mhm.
you if you don't want that.
Yeah.
I've only picked out some again, and you know what? Like you said, we didn't coordinate this, but both of us picked the neutrals. Wow, look at that! Every single color. There are so much more. Okay, So you have the Zuka print. This is like the more classic version. They even made this longer strap kind of fun. It's got the Fendi word on it. And then if you feel like, okay, it's a bit too dark, it's a bit too army, military kind of look, then go for this one, which is the green canvas with a bit of orange piping, got a Hermes in it.
Actually,
Or
I
you don't
really
want
like this
any
one.
print, okay? No print at all. They have the plain baguettes now. Oh, I'm so attracted to it. I can't. I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be doing this live.
Which one are you attracted to?
Okay, so I am really attracted to the leather,
Okay.
but in terms of, I personally feel like longevity, um the canvas is a good purchase. Like I like the leather because the print isn't so, I guess, outstanding. Like it doesn't pop out so much. But because it's so squishy, I do wonder maybe 5-6 years from now how it would look like. A little bit like the Coussant.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the LV Coussant? When you first see it, it's, oh my gosh, so gorgeous. But I do wonder, with all that squishing and touching, would it hold up over time? So I actually still like the canvas version, and I feel like it's more classic. So for me, I do like a little bit of pop of color. So I do like this green one. And I actually really like this one, which is the gray.
Mm-hmm.
That cool tone look. It's interesting.
If you do get the canvas ones, you can attach your little nano bag on it as a charm. You have a nano baguette on a baguette.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. It would fit so nicely with this brown one.
Well, it doesn't have to match exactly, right? But it'll be so cool, like mama and baby.
I know. Okay, that's it. I'm getting it. Okay,
Unboxing
wait.
coming soon.
Yeah, wait. We're not done. Okay, we're not done with the baguettes. People.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. Let me tell you, I am really attracted to this purple baguette because it's so wild. Okay. The sequins are so wild. They've got square sequins, they got circle sequins, they got all kinds of sequins. I'm not attracted to the
Mhm.
price, but there is something about this purple one that is so fun. Okay, so fun. And I have a Fendi essay who sent me these photos and said that if you don't like purple, wait. Black's coming out, yellow's coming out, green's out. You've got the mini 19 mini baguette with this is like a light pink, there's a mint green. Look at this green. Like it's got light green, no, green, they've got this like minty green, darker, then it got black. It's like multi-color sequins.
Oh my gosh, it looks like a crocodile. It is so cool. And I love the fact that they call it Baguette 1997 because honestly, the trend right now is the 90s fashion. Every
Mhm.
single fashion house is doing 90s fashion. And it's so cool. The coolest
Yeah.
era.
Oh my gosh, I think the price kills me a little bit. Like look at this.
Yeah.
It's 5,700 Singapore dollars. But yeah, if I were to go for a sequin, I would go for the purple just because it's so wild. Okay, it's
Mhm.
not it's nothing. I'm not so much of a, what's the show?
Sex
Sex
and
in
the
the City?
City.
Sex and the City. Yeah, I'm not really.
Yeah.
I watched it, but it's not as big here. But I know that this is apparently very popular because of her. But actually, without that, I do like it because
Yeah.
it's insane. Look at the sequins.
Yeah.
No, there's no other bag with sequins as nutty as this. Okay, squares and rectangulars is really unique. Yeah, so
Actually, it's so true. And usually purple is not really a color that everyone's going to be attracted to, but somehow I think they've made this purple the coolest purple ever.
right, right. Okay, so I think that's enough of baguettes. Let me go on. All right, Hans, let's take a look
Nice.
at the sunshine. And if the small version is not for you, you've got the mama size, okay? Full leather shopper bag, beautiful handles. It's Fendi's version of the book tote, of the Neverfull, of the what's the other version? Not the Neverfull, on the go.
Mm.
Good price as well. It's full leather. I think yeah, I think the interior is also leather. $4,400. What? And has a strap. Oh,
So true, actually, because the Chanel leather version is like $8,000, $9,000 now. The current seasonal one, anyway. Not always, but it's just wow,
yep.
a
And
crazy
if you don't
price.
like silver, don't worry. Fendi's got you covered, okay? Any color, you don't like the Fendi to be too loud, but you do like it. You've got this plain white one here
Mm.
with this what do we call it? Kind of stitching,
Is it
contrast
kind?
stitching.
Is it whip stitch?
Yeah, it's like you see, it's like the opposite color as well. It's
Mm.
really nice.
Yeah.
So again, you feel medium is too small? They've got extra large. Extra large. Oh my
Well, hold
gosh.
on a
So
minute. Why is the extra large so cheap?
wait, let me think. Oh, okay, so this is, I believe, yeah. So this, I think, it's expensive because of the laminated
Yeah,
leather.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe that's the reason why. And then for this, it's maybe just leather.
Yeah, plain leather. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. White leather shopper.
Yeah. So if you feel like you don't want that silver one, it's actually only
Mm-hmm.
3,900. So it's like just the plain gray one here. It's not even 4,000. Full leather bag. How much is a Dior tote? Book tote.
I don't know the exact price. I can look it up.
Yeah.
But
So
I
it's
know it's not cheap. It's probably more than this.
oh, it's
I'll just
probably hitting the 4,000 if I'm not
It's
mistaken.
I'm pretty sure it is
Yep.
because I remember I was interested in the mini and I was shocked at the price. I think it was like 3,000 for the mini, like the mini that has the fake handle. Doesn't even have the
Ah!
torn handle. Dior book
So if you don't
tote.
want a Dior, you feel like, oh my gosh, I can't be paying that kind of price for a piece of canvas, then you want to go and get Fendi because Fendi, yeah, leather really wears very well when it comes to bigger bags. It does give a bit more weight to the bag, but for longevity and kind of wear and tear, actually leather is really hard wearing.
Mm.
So if you're gonna
Okay,
pay
so
that high,
maybe they are about the same price. The large Dior book tote is in Canadian 4,300 before tax, so
mm,
that's like 4,800, and
wow,
the
it's
medium is
20% more.
41. So the price difference between each size is very nominal, like $200 difference between each size. And then it's 4,000 for the new small tote,
Oh my
the
goodness.
the new small one. And then for the mini one that I said before that I was kind of interested at first when I saw the runway. The mini one, oh my god, the mini one with the fake handle, the one that doesn't even fit a sandwich
Oh
is
yeah, yeah. It's like sort of like
2,200.
what?
So it's like
No,
it's like 30, let me see. It's like almost 3,600 for that one. It's crazy.
no, no. Fendi has a really good price point when you compare it to the other brands. When you once you sort of start comparing, you go like, "Hey, something's not right with these prices here, right?" So anyway, here's one. This is one shopper bag for all of you. I think this is my last bag. Okay, yeah, that's my last bag for the big ones. I'm gonna show you a couple of feng shui wallets since this is sort of like a running thing on our show. We did YSL wallets, we've done Celine wallets, so of course we had to do Fendi wallets. Classic continental long wallet. Brown is a good color to save money. Yeah, that's it.
Yep. And if you like logo, you can't get more logo than this. But yeah, tons of compartments. It's pretty standard. Like these Continental wallets, they all look the same after all. So you just gotta choose one that you like the most.
Exactly. And it's
Yeah.
only $1,000. Plus it's sold out anyway in Singapore. But it's
Right.
only $1,000. It's
It's a really good
$1,000.
price actually.
Really, it's like a full wallet. You can't even get a LV canvas wallet for 1,000 Continental wallet. Now, if you don't like that, you find that maybe that's a bit too, I don't know, like maybe just too old style, then you can go for this, which reminds me of the Insulate from LV. There was
Yeah.
this many years ago, they had the fold. I like this actually. It's really good if you have a lot of cards. You need that compartment for your wallet. You've got the two zips. You can put your cash. Lots of card compartment. I think this is like 12 or maybe 12. I think 12 card compartment. 16. No, 12. All right, 12 card compartments. Two sections. So if you have like for me, this would be very useful when I was traveling. So I would put money on one side, Singapore dollars, and I'll put Malaysian ringgit on the other side. So for people who travel a lot and you have a lot of currencies, a lot of cards for two different countries or two different places, it allows you to split them. So
Hmm.
again, good price, 1,100 Singapore dollars, inclusive of tax.
You know, I never looked at Fendi wallets, and I never knew they were so affordable. I really like the zipper pull on this one.
Yes, that's good
Really
details
nice zipper
also.
pull.
Yeah. Okay, so that's all. Thank you, Amy. So we're gonna start our live Q&A. I am gonna go out, and yeah, remember if you have any questions, any comments, put a bunch of question marks at the front, and then I'll be able to see it.
I see one from Vivi right now
Alright, pull
because
it in.
I'm right here on the bottom. I'll go back up later, or you can go back up if you prefer. Which Fendi bag is the most classic in your opinion? Worth the investment, or maybe second hand?
Hmm.
I I have my opinion. Worth the investment is such a it's such a hard hard to determine for everybody because okay, my opinion is that if I were to go to buy a Fendi bag, I think if I want to the most classic, I would definitely go for the Peekaboo.
Mm.
So whether you go with the more modern Peekaboo or the classic Peekaboo, that's really up to you. But I feel like that's definitely one of the safest choice in terms of classic look, because even as we were talking about it, we were comparing it to the Hermes Birkin or the Hermes Kelly, or like the two merged together. So already on its own as a design, it has that iconic shape that we all kind of associate with a little bit. So for me, that's the most classic one. Is it the worth the investment? Ah, because how do you define this? Are you looking to get resale value when you get bored of it? Peekaboos don't resell very well. But in terms of worth it for every day, like you're gonna get a lot of use out of it, and you're gonna, you can possibly wear it till its death, and it probably still will stand. Like it's not that flimsy. I feel like that's good for investment that way, but not for resale value. And then secondhand, yeah, there's tons of secondhand peekaboos out there. Are they all in good condition? Maybe not so much, because I feel like anybody that resells peekaboos, they're usually like the lambskin ones, which are more delicate. But you never know. You can still find a good one probably. So that's possible. It's possible.
Hmm.
What do you think?
I agree that we should go. I mean, like if I were to go for something that's really classic in Fendi's line, it would be the Peekaboo. But I do think that the Baguette, not because I like it, but I feel like
Mm,
because it's been around in Fendi's line for a bit, you could get either from retail. Obviously, it's expensive now, but you could get a good secondhand one still, and they're still sought after. So either the Peekaboo or the Baguette would be my choice. But yeah, worth the investment. I don't know. Mm, Fendi bags don't really hold its resale value. I think, which is why you probably want to, if you're looking for a Fendi bag and you don't want to pay retail, you can get good deals in the secondhand market. Mm, but like Amy said, it's may or may not be in good condition, because a lot of people, when they buy their Fendi bags, they actually use it. They're not like taking care of it, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to protect it. Because they know that when you buy it, it's to be used and really quote unquote abused. There are still some good finds, but yeah, so worth the investment if you're going to use it for the long term, but not really worth the investment if you are thinking of reselling it at a higher price. May have to take a bit of loss if the bag is well taken care of.
Yeah, most likely you will have to take a loss. Usually, I feel like that's the reason why most people still do mostly buy LV, Chanel, Hermes. Even LVs don't always hold their value unless you buy the hottest bags and you have to sell it when it's still hot. If you sell it a
Mhm.
bit later, it's not as hot anymore, then you're still taking a loss. So don't get too hung up on resale value if you're looking to buy Fendi or any other brands aside from the big three. Honestly, you can't really possibly think that way because chances are, yeah, if you're thinking about resale value that when you buy it, then you're already buying it for the wrong reason. Um, and it's not just for the big three, it's for all brands, but especially if you don't buy the big three brands, it's
Yeah.
already you're buying the bag for the wrong reason. I feel like if you're buying any of the big threes, the big three brands, your chances of recuperating money or even making money is definitely higher, but it's still not guaranteed, right? Um, but yeah, I always think that when you're buying a bag or anything, if you're buying a bag thinking that, oh, if I don't like it, I'll resell it, that's already maybe wrong to even buy it. Obviously, you do what you do. You like if you want to do that, it's fine. But I'm just saying, like that's already in itself. Like maybe you don't even love it that much,
Mm.
um, and then you have to go through the hassle of selling. We all know selling is no fun, and yeah, all that stuff. So yeah,
Tough, huh? I think with the whole knowledge of the resale market, it makes us more, I don't want to say,
too
I don't say it makes us,
analytical.
yeah, analytical. Because when I can't compare myself, 20 years ago when I bought a bag, I'll be like, this is the bag. And there's no, not even a thought of reselling the bag. It's just, I am buying you, I'm going to use it for the rest of my life, that kind of thing. But now we are weighing out the option of letting the bag go, and we're saying, okay, is this a good investment? But bags are like, I always say bags are like cars. Once you literally take the bag, swipe your card or pay the cash, you're losing money, okay? And therefore you should be using it like a car. You should drive it until it's beaten and battered, and you go like, that is a good investment. That it makes sense. So um any like Amy said, I totally agree. Any other brand, LV, Chanel, and Hermes, of course, also pick well in these three brands, but these three tend to have that maybe it's more, what's the word? It's less risky, still a little better because you still could recuperate your cost. But I feel like, yeah, buy something that's an investment, because then you can just get a lot of use out of it. So when we talk about Fendi, like for me, when I talk about Fendi, when I'm thinking about Baguette, I'm like, okay, you are going to be used. I don't even think of I mean, don't say I don't even think of that. I kind of already am at peace with the possibility that if I need to resell it, fine, chop half the price, okay? But at least I know I must make sure my use of that bag is half that cost. So
Yeah.
analytical. So analytical.
Sunk costs already. Sunk
Some
costs.
costs. Okay.
Gone.
Gone. Okay, I'm gonna pull
I'm at
another one from
okay.
Chris. Okay, Chris. If there is no Hermes, Chanel, or LV, which fashion brand will you shop for your bag, accessories, and ready to wear? I know my answer. I'll let you go first.
Me too. I was just saying that though. I was just texting you guys earlier, and I feel like for me at the current moment, it's Celine.
Yeah.
Is yours
Same.
too?
Yeah. I because I mean if you're including everything, right? If you're including
Yes, yes.
bag, accessories, and ready to wear, oh my gosh. Celine's ready to wear is so nice. The aesthetic I love.
When we were doing the slides last week,
Mm.
I that's why I was so looking forward to doing Celine because I was like, okay, let's do Celine next. Like right after at YSL, I'm like, yeah, let's do Celine first. Fendi the next week. Because I personally was like, oh my gosh, I'm such a big fan of what they're offering right now. I did see a lot of your comments since our luxury live show, and I'm not disagreeing to a lot of what was said that Celine with the current fashion director, it feels like a lot of duping other brands, and I'm not disagreeing totally, but at the same time, somehow what they offer is still so fresh and so wearable. I think it comes down to wearability and the fact that I know I can get a lot of cost per wear for my pieces. And even though I guess if you blame them for lack of originality, even then the pieces look so classic on its own that
Mhm.
I'm just I don't know, I just like it. So yeah, but Fendi is a close, no, I wouldn't say close second for how mm, timeless it is, because I feel like the Celine look, even though they're more cookie cutter, but it's timeless in a way, whereas Fendi is more fun. It's definitely has its quirks. So I still like Fendi a lot too, but I would only go to Fendi if I'm looking for like something fun. You know what I mean?
Mm. Mm. I think so. I actually haven't seen much of Fendi's clothing, so I can't say if I like Fendi's clothing. But another brand would be Bottega. I like their
Mm.
bags. I love the colors that they've put it out. I love the shoes. I find them in kind of like the intricato weaving on the shoes, the puffiness. I like it, and I like the color palette. Lots of green, so I love. In terms of clothing, yeah, that's the one that I think because me, I don't really go and look at the clothing, so I can't really say. But I've seen the accessories, so I've seen some of the earrings, the fashion jewelry. I like Bottega as well, actually. So Celine, and then like kind of like the other opposite would be Bottega, and then Fendi bags. Yeah, but
I
Celine,
quite like
Celine has.
Fendi clothes. I feel like they are definitely more like there's a quirkiness to their clothing. They do a
Mm,
lot of the Zuka print all over the garment very, very well, and that in a way it looks timeless that way. Similar to how, I really like it's never in stock, but I really like the Hermes sweater, the plain wool sweater with a lot of H. You know it's H because you know the brand, right? But if you don't know that it's Hermes, to somebody else, it just looks like, oh, it's a nice pattern. And it looks like maybe it's a letter H. Like that's how you kind of think. And
mm,
so it looks very timeless that way. And I feel like Fendi does the Fendi Zuka like all over very well, kind of in the same way, which
mm,
I like their clothes that way a lot. They do a lot of quirky shoes. It can be very like if you just buy not the whole head to toe ensemble in all quirky designs, if you just maybe the shoes are quirky or maybe just the top is quirky, then you can really style it quite well. So it's still like Fendi is still a really good brand. You just have to like the aesthetic. And because it's not always timeless, it can be outdated eventually, but then it'll come back too, right? So it just depends on your style and your preference.
I'm surprised that both of us didn't say Gucci or Dior. Because I thought you might have said Dior, because Dior has, that kind of girly vibe.
I actually like Dior too, but
Yeah.
Dior is very expensive.
Yeah, true.
I feel like when you're spending Dior money, I might as well buy Chanel.
Good point. Good point.
It's still not as expensive as Chanel, the ready-to-wear, but their shoes are pretty expensive. Their bags are expensive. Their costume jewelry, oh my gosh, their costume jewelry is just as expensive, if not more expensive than Chanel ones. I know Chanel has really increased their price a lot lately, and that jump maybe has made everyone else irrelevant, or actually more relevant. But from my memory, when I bought my earrings before from Dior and I only had 3 pairs, I remember they were more expensive than the Chanel ones that I bought at the time, which is kind of crazy if you think about it.
Yeah.
But I do like their clothes. It's very yeah, like you said, very girly, and I love a lot of their blazers, their tulle skirts, very classic. Yeah, they're ready to wear. I think it's good. Maybe if I choose just ready to wear, I would go with Dior. And bag wise, it's not that I don't like Dior bags, but it's only the Lady Dior that I really like. So I would only be buying one bag. It's kind of funny to just buy one bag, right?
Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna ask the audience. So if this question to everyone. So if there's no H, C, or L, what fashion brand would you shop for your bag, your accessories, and ready to wear? Come, let us know. Okay, let me pull a question from Joe. Joe overjoyed. Does it take you longer to decide to buy a classic bag or a trendy bag? It takes me forever to buy a trendy bag. By the time I decide, it's no longer trendy.
That's so funny.
Does it take? Actually, I'm kind of the opposite.
Me too.
Because a trendy bag has a more friendly price point. I do still think about it. I just don't like buy straight away. I still think about it. I try to figure out if I like it. But because it's a friendlier price point, I'm willing to take a little bit of a bet. Whereas a classic bag, because the first classic bag that popped in my head is like the Chanel classic. That's like a commitment. It's like, oh, that's a lot of money. Though I know it's a better, I hate to use this word, but investment. It's still so much to put out on one bag. It's like, I don't know, it's like a lot. So I feel like I'm a little bit more adventurous and willing to go for a trendy bag. Still think about it, right? But yeah, that's me. What about you? Same?
Same. I feel, but my thought process is maybe slightly different in that I prefer buying the trendy bags when they're hot, because again, it might be the wrong reason to say to buy it if I say it, because I just said it earlier. But my thought process also is that if I do get tired of it, I will sell it when it's still hot, because it's still so early on and people are just catching on. So that's sort of my thought process. And there's a reason why it's trendy too, right? And when there's that urge, and plus FOMO, and plus, whatever, we just can never get enough bags. So in a way, you just take the opportunity to just like act on it. Basically, that's how I feel, unless I couldn't buy it. So a great example of that is my crystal bag from Prada. I couldn't buy it. This whole time I couldn't buy it. So I'm not saying that it's already out of the trend, but it doesn't seem as popular already. And it's okay because in a way, this is how Joe is, right? In a way, if you still want it when it's no longer as trendy, that means that you really love the bag. Then it's a right reason to buy it, right? Not because it's just trendy. It's also because you like the bag enough to buy it. So I think either way works.
Yeah, either way
Honestly,
works.
yeah.
I don't know. I think with trendy bags, you might want to take the risk a little bit, especially if you love it already, right? So let me just ask you, would you consider the Fendi First a trendy bag?
I would.
My light went off. You would?
I would totally. I think it's a trendy bag only because it's not proven yet as their classic that will last a long time, and how it is determined to be lasting a long time is whether people still buy it later, right? For me, in my eyes, it's still a trendy bag. It's trending right now. I'm not so sure if it will be still the case. Granted, the shape itself and it's very clean line. It does look like a classic bag, right? If I think in this case, we're just waiting for time to tell whether it's still a popular bag. Popular in a sense that people are still liking the bag, people are still carrying it, people are still talking about it. Hence, that kind of becomes a classic in that sense. Because everything started this way, right? It started with a design, and you can't call it a classic yet. I mean, you could, but that's just a label. In order for it to attain that level of kind of that status, it has to have a test of time, right? So there are many bags that started as just a design, like the Peekaboo. It's kind of fairly recent if you compare it to many bags such as I don't know, Hermes, Birkin, Chanel Classic Flap. Those are from a long time ago, and the Peekaboo is fairly recent in comparison, but it is a classic now because till this day people are still buying it and still talking about it. In fact, they are expanding the whole line, so the Peekaboo became a classic. But we never really know until it reaches that status. And I feel like it has a lot to do with how everyone responds to it, because there are many other brands that we don't even talk about. Delvaux, I don't know, many like Moana. Like there's so many brands where like they're there, they're still offered. Some people do talk about them, but somehow they're not as popular, So can they be called classic? Maybe, but depends how you define classic too. That's how I look at it.
That's true. Good point. Thank you. Yeah. Whatever we see on social media is just because it's trending, but there are so many bags out there. When I go to, where I go at Taka, and I see like every single store there are so many bags to choose from. And there's always something for someone, and to someone else it's classic, to someone it's, oh, that's trendy. Let's go to the next question. Thank you for your question, Joe. Okay, H Kim, I'm thinking of buying my first Fendi bag. What do you think of the dove gray color for the Peekaboo Mini? Also, what are your thoughts and preferences when it comes to Celeria versus Napa leather? Oh, okay. Dove
Yeah, the
gray.
Napa leather is their lambskin leather. It's very supple, very soft. It feels very like you want to just touch it, but it doesn't wear as well over time. The Celeria, it doesn't look as appealing somehow because it has that pebbled look, and it also has a thicker stitch. Like the stitchings are obvious. They also do a contrast stitching usually, and so it has more of a robust, rugged look. but it will hold up because it's essentially a calf skin, I think. So, are you coming from like, are you asking because you're wondering which one is more robust, or are you wondering about the look? Because they look so different in a way. The Napa leather is not going to be a bad choice still if you like it. It's still a great choice. You just have to maybe be more careful if you want to keep it pristine and baby it a little bit. Or you could also invest in their they also have the covers for the peekaboos now. So you can invest in those covers. So sometimes you can wear it with the covers to kind of preserve it over the long term. You don't have to do it, but you know, that kind of gives it another look sometimes too. Maybe it can be your winter look or your summer look. Um, Maybe winter look because winter is usually harsher. So I think you can't go wrong. But if you're looking for longevity, Celeria is probably better. Longevity for wear and tear.
I totally agree because I have tried the Celeria when I was looking for a Fendi Peekaboo years and years ago, and I thought, okay, there's no way I can get a Kelly, so let's try Fendi because they had the same look. My only reservation for the Celeria is it's a little heavier because of the leather that they use. And I feel like it's also not only just the type, it's also thicker because it's handmade, so it's more expensive. So just overall, it felt quite weighty. But if you're okay with that, then it's actually a very, like Amy said, very robust bag. So it will definitely hold much better than the Napa leather. Napa leather, like, kind of smooth cuffs, a smooth leather. You have to be careful of scratches. You're careful of corner wear, uh, which is, not a bad thing if you're using the bag. But if you're worried about that and make the bag look worn, then I would say stick with the Celeria. In terms of color, dove gray, I actually just took a check in it. It's a nice color. It's I shouldn't be referring to Hermes, but it's like taupe. No, it's like Grease Moet, Moet.
Yeah.
It's like turtle dove color. It's a nice gray. So color wise, yes, but definitely leather. It'll depend on what you need. If you're okay with heavier, then go with Celeria because it's more hard wearing. But you gotta like the look as well because it's the pebble leather. It's the contrast. It's that outside stitching. So yeah, it looks a little bit more, yeah, like you said, no, a little more rugged, right? If you like that look, then go for it. But if you want something more sleek, more clean, almost more cool vibe, then not the Celeria. Go with the Napa leather.
Maybe if you went with a light, I think dove gray is pretty light, right? So if you went with a light color, then Celeria will, like that light color will kind of make it more
Soft.
less rugged in a
Mm-hmm,
way.
mm-hmm.
Like the
Agreed.
white one of the Celeria, which Caris does own, doesn't look too rugged to me because it's white.
True.
So I feel like the
True.
lighter you go, then the less rugged it looks. If you went with black, then I feel like it's going to be more rugged. So yeah, I think go for
True.
it. At least try it. Try it in store.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is an interesting one from Fish. Fish, do you think Fendi leather wears well? My Peekaboo and Baguette are looking really worn with light use. I promised myself not to buy Fendi anymore. Is this just me? Yeah,
Mm.
interesting. I have
Wait,
never owned any Fendi bag. Yeah,
you
no.
do, but they're older.
Did I ever? Let me just try and think.
I
Have I
thought you
ever
said you
owned
had
any?
some Fendi old bags. But anyway, I have a feeling that you maybe own the Napa leather Peekaboo, which yeah, it doesn't wear well over time. It also slouches too. So I feel like a lot of people when they get tired of the worn look, they sell it. They sell their Napa leather Peekaboos, which is why I think the previous question with the Celeria, it's definitely maybe a safer choice if you're wondering about longevity, wear and tear wise. The Baguette, like Kat said, is a soft. It's sort of like that pillow soft leather. It's plush and everything. It's so luxurious when you touch it. But with any soft leather, especially if they do kind of mold, they will not wear super well if you throw it around. You kind of have to baby those bags a bit more. Hence, um, I wouldn't completely rule if you still like Fendi, I wouldn't completely rule them out, but you just have to choose a material that's maybe better for your lifestyle. Because
Yeah.
I think the two previous actually the few previous Fendi bags that I own, I always chose it in a more like the leather you can feel that especially the Montresor that I had, it's such a robust leather. And I don't throw it around, of course not, but it's such a robust leather. I never had any worries about it.
Mm.
So yeah, I wouldn't go Napa. I actually wouldn't even go lambskin with Chanel unless I know I will baby the bag. That's that is a huge decision to make. The material itself is a huge decision to decide on. If it's a bag that you're gonna put some use to, I will try my best to choose a more robust material, either caviar or the Chanel 19. The Chanel 19 actually is a good leather, but aside from that, like all the other lambskin bags, I either don't use them as much or I just have to be very careful when I do use it.
Yeah.
And I'll choose it in black too. Just to be on the safe
Yeah.
side.
That's the thing, right? So with the Peekaboo, sorry, no, with the Baguette, I can imagine it being very used. So like I said, I've tried it several times in store. It's that kind of spongy leather. I don't know how to explain it and describe it better. It's like when you have a piece of dough, right? When it's just made, it's rised, it looks really nice. But the more you pull and push it over time, it loses its elasticity and then it starts to get wrinkly. So it's because it's actually napa, it's actually lambskin. And I'm wondering whether fish that is it's the leather, like you have the Baguette in leather, the one that I'm kind of interested in. But what's stopping me is the knowledge that it's one of those bags that the way I have it in my head to use it, it's going to look like old wrinkly skin very, very quickly. But that's the look. So it's sort of kind of accepting that that's what you're going for. Like that really nice old couch that you have in the house that you can just rely on. It won't tear apart, but it definitely doesn't look as good as when you first got it. So that's kind of how I feel with the Fendi lambskin. Over time, it's going to have that kind of really used look. You know what? If any kind of leather, even not even Fendi, I think even with Chanel, if you treat lambskin the way,
Oh, game over.
game over. Yeah, it's for you to enjoy, and that's your investment. But yeah, if anybody knows, right? If anybody has these bags, comment below. Let us know if you also find that even if you use it a little bit, it's like looking really worn. I'm actually interested to know. Oh, here's a good question. SL Chan, considering between Loewe Puzzle or and Fendi Baguette, which would you pick?
I
So
think I already said it before that I never I tried many times to hold the puzzle and I never got into it. I like it on other people though. I really do. But for myself, when I look at the mirror, I'm like, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm like, no. So
I get,
definitely the Fendi Baguette for me.
yeah. I'm about the same as well. So when I went on my hunt, just like window shopping for the two bags, I tried the Loewe, and it's a great bag. Like, don't get me wrong, I've tried it so many. This is like my umpteenth time trying it. It's a great bag, well made, good leather. You know, it's got the features of making it very travel friendly, squish it down as everything. But when I wear it on my body, against my body, it sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
It's like kapya there. And I'm like, why? Yeah?
I
Why?
don't
Why?
know.
It just doesn't go. I don't know. Maybe it's the cool, you know, cool,
I feel like
fun
it's a bit
vibe.
boxy, like it's a box. It's supposed to be a box that you can squish, but somehow when you're wearing it, it's a box. Maybe it's because it's still new when we're trying it,
But
and we
the
haven't
Lindy
really
is a
gotten to the
box.
point, which because we don't own the bag, right? We haven't gotten to the point where it's more malleable. Maybe
Maybe. Maybe.
I never
I,
figured
I,
it
I know what
out.
you mean.
I,
I know
every
what
time
you
I'm
mean.
like, no. Put it
Yeah,
back.
maybe. I think with the Lindy, because it's always compared to the Lindy, right? I think
But
with
the
the
lid is so
Lindy,
squishy.
it's got that curve, right,
Yeah,
inward. So it's more like softer. But with the puzzle, it's literally a rectangular box.
it's a brick. Yeah.
Yeah. And it looks good top handle, like you carry it like that, and then sort of like, slouches a little bit. It looks so good. But when when I wear it on my shoulder or when I wear it crossbody, doesn't look good. I don't know why. So because of that, I would also go with the Fendi Baguette. I love how it lays like stuck to my body, like a piece. It's so good looking. Mm. But in terms of wear and tear, I think Fendi, the Loewe would be a better pick.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we've got a lot of people going for Loewe for that question earlier. If you had to go for something other than the three, so we got Loewe. I've got some YSLs. It's either Fendi or Loewe. Chris is YSL or Loewe. We've got a one for Dior. Dior. Ah, interesting. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay. YSL. Huh. I'm not familiar with YSL ready to wear actually.
The ready to wear is well, I'm not super familiar either, but I like their t-shirts, their logo t-shirts. I also like their jackets. Their blazers are very, very nice. It's sort of more corporate look in a way, in a like it's very put together. It's nice. It's nice.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. I I find
Maybe
that
maybe you guys, because you guys, maybe because you live in a tropical country, you need more colors, more colorful,
yeah, I
or
think so.
more
Every time
sort
I
of
walk
like
past, it's
young, not young,
black.
but like more cheerful. Whereas I see
Yeah.
myself wear YSL here actually, because we're Vancouver
Mm.
here, so
I find
always
that
in
when I
black.
yeah, when I go to YSL and I obviously the whole store is like wide with all the bags everywhere. Then you see a few clothing lines of clothes. It's very very grungy, dark, and I don't know, like serious. It's not a bad thing. Like I have a lot of black clothes and dark clothes, but I just that every time I go and look at it, it's doesn't appeal. Yeah, this doesn't the appeal is not there. But I have to agree, Dior clothes are really nice. Though I'm not like into all the flowers and lace and that kind
Mhm.
of lots and lots of patterns, but it's very appealing. Like when I look at it, it's very appealing. And actually, I really like the menswear when it comes to Dior. So the clothes where the jackets, I saw some on Alex. He has a few like nice little like nice menswear jackets. I like it. I think the menswear for Dior is yeah, it's actually worth looking at even for girls.
Yeah, I quite like the Dior for girls myself. It's very ladylike, almost
Mm.
princessy sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe that's why you don't like it. It's too
Yeah,
fancy.
it's like woo, and then the skirt's like this big, and it's a lot going on.
Mm,
And because of that, it's a lot of things going on. I find it's very occasion
right.
driven. You can't
It's
just wear
very
it
dressy.
casually.
I like
Very
dressy
dressy.
though.
Yeah. So for me, it's like, that's too much. Oh, okay. Got this comment from Kalin. This is, yeah. So it doesn't look good crossbody. Okay, so I bought the mini puzzle because
Mm.
the small puzzle doesn't look good crossbody. It looks too bulky, but still, the small puzzle is very easy to use. See, so when it comes to fashion and look and actually functionality, it's a real struggle. You want something that looks good, may not be very functional. And then the opposite holds true. It's like shoes, some shoes look like amazing, but they kill your feet. And then some grandma shoes, oh my god, they're so comfortable.
And the best part is when you find a pair of shoes that you can beat up and yet it still is comfortable and you can wear for a long time and you get so much wear and tear out of it. Shoes are the trickiest. You don't know until you own it and wore a while. But by that time it's already too late. There's no selling those shoes to someone else. I mean, you could take a 70% loss or something like that. Unless it's Chanel, then you can still
Give it away
recuperate.
free. Free.
Free.
Take it away.
Oh gosh. But you know what I mean, right? Like, it's just shoes are the trickiest. That's why I still love my bags, and to a certain degree, clothes much better. Because bags, even if you say you have a love-hate relationship with a bag, right? You're like, I hate getting into this bag. Well, the next person might not, and by you wouldn't have used the bag so much, right? You wouldn't have put so much wear and tear, so you could easily resell it. So at least there's that. And clothes too. Clothes you can try it. You don't get that same level of, if it's really uncomfortable, you'll usually notice it when you try it on. So yeah, shoes is the hardest, and yet I'm getting into a lot of shoes now. That just to say
Okay,
that I'm
I know
spending
this
a
is
lot of
totally
money on
off
shoes.
topic. Not on topic with today's Fendi topic, but I am dying to know, how are your platform shoes?
Oh, me? Oh,
Yeah.
you're the second person who asked me today. I don't know because it's like the middle of winter still.
Okay.
How cold is it today? It's been colder lately. They were talking about snow, or yesterday they were forecasting snow today. It's
Can't
currently
be wearing
3
those.
degrees outside.
You might get
So
frostbite.
it's pretty cold. I haven't worn them yet. So I can only tell you from trying it on the halls that is okay to have my feet in it to stand. But to walk, I don't know yet. I don't know if it's gonna start scratching me, if it's gonna cut me, if I'm gonna fall off. I hope not. That I still have to wait till it's at least, I don't know, at least like 15 degrees for me to, like, I don't know, at least 10 degrees. It's too cold otherwise to wear them.
So when is 15 degrees? Now it's March. When is that? April?
If we're lucky, maybe May.
May? That's when trendy is not trendy anymore, okay?
We're still technically winter. Spring hasn't arrived yet.
Okay, if the people
Spring
that
is
don't
March
know, what are we
20
talking
something.
about? You have not watched Amy's haul. Okay, so go and watch her haul. But basically, she has this new pair of platform shoes that is so 90s, since it's like the 1997 Baguette. It's like 90s look. Like it's a cork base. Yeah. So it's like
Platform
cork
from Hermes.
platform
It's
from
new.
Hermes. And it's new. It's for spring, summer. It's, I like it. Actually, I took a screenshot of it and I asked my essay, and obviously everything in Hermes is sold out. So just Don't even ask anymore.
You know, that is why I had to buy it in the middle of January. In the middle of winter, I had to buy them because if you don't buy them, they are gone. I hate that about it. I wish I could just buy it and wear it right away. Because you're the second person asking me this question, and I was replying to the girl. I'm like, I don't know because it's winter here, so I can't
There you
wear
go.
them out. It's very frustrating. I hate that.
There you go.
Oh, these are not the ones that I bought though.
Oh yeah, but these are like the platforms,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So I took it. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool looking. I love the straps and all.
Mhm.
I showed it to my essay. I was like, no, sold out. I said, don't even like.
I
Don't.
know.
It's okay, fine. That's it. I talk about it.
You know, I apparently in February the jelly sandals at Hermes came in. I did not know that. I wasn't at Hermes in Feb. Actually, I was to pick up something, but I only picked up whatever I reserved and I left. I didn't shop that day, and I almost wish that I did ask if there was anything new. At least just ask. Because by the time I knew everyone else was unboxing them and they bought it in February, I'm like, oh goodness, it's too late. My size is so standard, right? 37, 38, because they don't have half size on those. All gone. Can't buy them.
So
It's like,
annoying.
it's really annoying because they come out in the middle of winter, but you can't wear them till at least May. It's like, the heck? So annoying.
So we will wait for your review. I am
Yeah.
curious because then no, and then by the time your review comes out, they're all not trendy. You can't buy them
It's
anymore
already
anyway.
gone.
So we'll just
You have to wait till next year if they ever come back, or they might have to you might have to get the new version, which
like
ah
yeah, so annoying. But okay, we
yeah.
will pull questions from Fendi. But yeah, it just popped in my head like, oh, how are the shoes? Okay,
Yeah.
Rachel, do you think Fendi First is a seasonal bag, or will it stay for
Mm.
long? So we sort of answered this, but we weren't saying seasonal actually. We're sort of like whether it would be a classic or trendy.
Well,
I
on the
think it's gonna be
contrary, I don't know the answer, but I feel like that bag will stay.
mm,
Just because it's still very different, but it's very simple in a way. It's the lines are so clean that I can see it as being something that they will still make for a while. Just like the Montresor is still around. In fact, there's like a gazillion designs. Um I have a feeling that it will stay, but that's just my feeling. I can't predict the future. I feel like it's so clean that I would still be rocking it in, I don't know how many years,
mm,
and perhaps by that time they will start making it in all kinds of different prints. Which would be
mm,
fun, but I feel like the modern clean one color monochrome look is the best one, because I like it.
yeah,
Even the F handle is the same color, is also monochrome.
yeah. I don't think it will be seasonal. It will at least be around for a few years. It's so new.
Which would
Yeah.
be a good time to get in if you already like the bag, because it will
Mm-hmm.
be at its cheapest. And since you already like it, you might as well get it earlier, right? Get more use out of it.
Yeah, it
Um,
definitely is at its cheapest, under 4,000. Even though it's expensive, but really, if you compare the other bags from Fendi, they have started around this price, 3, 4, and then now today they're in the six, pushing like late, like the high six already.
mhm.
Seems to be a pattern with Fendi.
Yeah. But it's not just Fendi. Every house is like that too.
True lah, because you don't want it to be too expensive, right? Because if it's too expensive, nobody
Yeah.
buys it. Then there's no point on making it like people just won't get it. Like, oh, it's too much.
Mhm.
Nadine, I bought the Shep Hermes
Mm.
sandals. I'm 37.5. I bought 37 because there's no 38. Ended up selling it to Fashion File and made 400
Oh,
extra because it's in demand. In demand. Was uncomfortable because I need extra room. Oh, good
ah.
sell.
So
Well done.
I did the same thing. I bought 37 because that was the only size they have. Plus, when I put my feet in, I told you guys in the video, right? Like my feet can move sideways
Move.
like that, like in the front, because it's very wide in the front. Which is why I thought I can't even size up from this. This is just so wide already. But at least I know if I don't wear them, I can sell to Fashion Pal and make 400 bucks.
Yeah, because it's so in demand. You can't get
You
anything.
can't buy it. It's never available. I literally was there when they just, I guess they just got them, and they happened to have a 37. I didn't ask for those shoes. I asked for the platform shoes, and I said I'll try both 37 or 38 because I'm also 37 and a half. And my SA came back with 2 pairs of shoes, and I bought both of them. So because they're usually never available, it's always sold out.
Yeah, it is. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my Nadine, you're so funny. She went back to get another pair at 36 and sold it again for 300 more.
Oh wow, my
Oh,
goodness.
wow. I'm surprised you could actually get them. Like they're totally no.
They probably just got it in and nobody knew. That's the thing, you don't know until you go to the store. And if you know that they have, because they don't even display it. The popular shoes, they don't have to display it because people will ask for it and their essays will put it aside, or maybe the clients when they're there, then they'll ask for it, and then, or maybe the clients are there and then the essay will be like, "Oh, are you interested in these shoes?" Because they know it's popular, right? They'll
That's
just sell
true.
out like that. They don't even have to display it.
Interesting. So I'm also curious if they are true to size. So Nadine, if you know, because I am also a 37 and a half. So it sounds like if I were to get this shoe, I might need a 38.
No,
No?
no. Because I'm also 37 and a half, but only because my feet is
Those.
longer, but not wider. Like I feel like
Oh.
you would be okay with a 37 because you went down, didn't you went down a size for the Chanel ones?
But I could actually for the Chanel ones, I should only go down half a size, but
Uh-huh.
I could go down up to a size, which is what I took. It's not uncomfortable, but it's exactly my
You're
foot
at the
size.
edge.
Yeah, right at
Okay.
the edge. Like if I went
Yeah.
half a size, it's just perfect. So for this, I won't go down full. Yeah, maybe 30s. I mean, if it's loose, then
But
37
they
should
do
be.
have half size if they have it.
Oh.
Yeah, the ship does come in half sizes. They just might not have it in stock. But I feel like the ship sandals, especially because compared to my platform sandals, the platform sandals are actually not wide. They're pretty snug actually.
Mm.
So the ship in comparison is very wide at the front anyway. Like if you look at the shape of the sandal, I don't know if I have a picture. It's very like Flintstone Flintstone
Flintstone.
looking.
Okay, while you look for that, I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
pull up
try to find a picture.
question from Vivi. Okay, is the Fendi Pom Pom Charm a good buy now? It was very popular. My real name first alphabet is F, so I'm really considering the Fendi.
Ah,
Ah, the Pom Pom Charm.
I never bought the pom pom charms. Have I? I don't think I have.
No, no.
Um. Oh, I remember now. I bought an eBay version. eBay
Ah,
version.
um,
It was not a dupe. It was just a charm. Like it was not trying to duplicate any brands. But it was a pom pom. So okay, it only shows the front, but I feel like it's pretty like wide because
is it
it's
on
compared to the Chanel, because I have tried the Chanel. The compared to the Chanel is so narrow
Mm.
This one is not narrow at all. I don't know. Ask
Mm.
Nadine. She tried it in many sizes.
Okay, so for the Fendi pom pom, ah, is it a good buy? You know what? First question, I didn't know they're still selling it. They had the fruits. They had the wait. They had the fruits. They had
Oh, I have the shoes. Why am I showing you a picture? Do you want to see the shoe?
yeah. Why not? Bring it here.
Okay,
Let's take a look.
go grab it.
I don't know if it's a good purchase anymore, unless you can get a really good deal from buying it secondhand, maybe. Because even when they were not as even when they was popular, it was so expensive. Like $1,000 for their pom pom, 1,000 Singapore dollars is really a lot. So unless they're having like deep discounts on their pom pom right now. But if you like pom poms, why not? Right? Why not? As long as you use it, make sure you're hanging it at your bag. Not like me keeping my pom poms in the box. Okay, let's take a look at the shirt.
These are the exact same colors that I bought too. Okay. Can you see what I mean now? It's sort of narrower here, and then it's like boom. It's like so Flintstone up here. So for me, this part here is so wide because my feet, when they're in here, they like go like this.
Oh.
So even though the length of it is just like you, I'm like at the tip here and at the tip here, but I'd rather get the 37 based on the fact that my feet goes like this up here.
Oh yeah, it's
like
huge.
my feet as in my toe part, like the front part of my feet. So the rest of the feet, like right here to here is fine. But yeah, the length is maybe just a tad, like I'm
short.
like, yeah, if it was 37 and a half, then I would be right. Like I would be in the middle, but it's not uncomfortable that way because it's open toe anyway. So, but if you can get it in exactly 37 and a half, I'd rather you get that because they just don't have the size, which is why I'm like, whatever, I'll take it anyway. And again, you have to wait till May because I can't wear it right now.
It's not trendy anymore in May. Okay, so let me pull one more comment. I have to pull this because this is so true. If I have to throw extra money, I'll consider buying the Peekaboo Mini in lambskin too. In the pre-love market, the price is so good, almost 50% off retail. So just to like earlier on the question, would it be a good investment? You know, it is if you're gonna use it, but if you feel like the risk of buying it from the retail market is just too high, like you just don't want to lose so much money, go the reseller route, or pre-love route, because really the prices are so much better for Fendi. You can get half off. If maybe half is like maybe not half off all the time. Sometimes if the condition is so good to new, you might get like 30% off, 40% off. Yeah. So,
and a lot of people, like I said earlier, they do buy an older lambskin, older as in secondhand lambskin one at a really, really good price. And they'll just buy the cover. Then your bag looks new because the cover is new. It only is showing the handle part, which the handle part usually is fine.
That's right. So, yeah, with Fendi, what we showed today is it's really just the fun bags, the new trendy bags, which actually are really nice. Like if I had a lot of spare cash and was looking for something fun to add to my collection, actually Fendi has really good selections and at different price points and so much variety. So any color, any material, if I'm looking for my sheepskin like fur bag, I go for Fendi. Better than paying that kind of price and buying something from Chanel. I think I would rather have fun at the Fendi, and other brands. So
actually, the more I think about it, if I had to buy one bag from Fendi right now, I actually would change my answer and I'll buy the Fendi First. I feel like it's so different, and it's not something that is too similar to any other brand. Like, yeah, you do have the clutch looking bags from other brands, but the Fendi version is so different. It's so unique in its own way. It looks so well made. I love that the little nib, the little circles, they do come in too. Like
Yes.
it's a little detail. It's little details like that. I would get that one. Like, I'm seriously
Mm.
thinking about going back, or maybe going to a store and try all the different sizes, see how it looks on my body first.
Oh no, we got unboxing coming up.
No. Too many things at the same time lately. I kid you not, lately, every single bag is available at the same time.
I know, I get it.
Chanel's collection, literally, like the old stuff from the from the Act 1 is just trickling in, and the new collection is out now. And then LV has this new bags that I've been waiting for on my wish list, and it's like everything is coming at the exact same time, so I'm in a lot of trouble right now. we
I get it.
we all are, because we're all after the same things, right?
Mhm. Okay, okay, so we'll end here, but let me just because I think a lot of people came in maybe a little later. Let me just show tomorrow's schedule again one more time. So for the members, just we have a members live tomorrow. We're gonna talk about more Hermes, but more, chit chat, talking about like the reasons why are you buying Hermes, like the real, like dig deep, okay? But the timing is a little different. So we're starting earlier, 10 a.m. Singapore time, or Vancouver, 6 p.m. And that's my fault because I have something on in the afternoon. We'll still do a chat. And if you can't watch it, come back for the rerun, of course. All right. Okay, so thank you. We hit our 2 hour mark. Hope you guys enjoyed today's Fendi. I think we covered most of the brands. If there's any brand that you would like us to cover besides the three, because we always talk about Chanel, Hermes. Even today we're talking about Hermes a little bit already. And LV, let us know. I mean, there's so many other brands. We've done Mona. Maybe we could do, I'll just throw out some. Maybe we'll do Bottega. I don't know if Bottega is, people are looking Bottega. We could do Loewe. Maybe. Yeah, let us know if you want to comment here, or if you're watching after, comment in the comment section and let us know what you want us to do next. Okay, so we will see members tomorrow, and we'll see everyone next week. Bye.
Bye.